Hello, my name is Michael Ayanwale, and I'm a consultant at Amplifier. Today I'm going to walk you through how to use the preference view when editing records in the EnterWorks platform. The preference view is a great way to see attributes that relate to a particular use case or a particular user group. So for example, the table grid that I'm currently displaying are attributes that relate to the item content team. I can also change this view and switch it to a view that relates to the marketing coordinator. I'll show you that in a couple of minutes. But first, let me show you how to configure a preference in the EnterWorks platform. You'll click navigate to this preference drop down, and you will select add a preference. Here you will have options to give the preference a name. So I'm going to type SKU data view. You can add a description. And then you also have options, three additional options to show data in the tabular grid, a card view, or a gallery view. I'm going to keep it at a tabular grid. You can configure the list of records per page and then the number of records per page. You also have options to set this default as their default. So when you log in as a user, if it's set as default, then this will be your user specific view. You can also set this as a global, which applies to a particular your particular user group. You can set it as your favorite detail editor, and then you can also configure the view to display the image. If you click on the Attributes tab, you have the ability to select your repositories, and then you can drill down and select the attribute individually, or you have the ability to search for a given name. Simply just select the attribute and click the right arrow to add the column, and you can select the attribute to remove it from the view. Here you have the ability to add sort, and remember that for you to be able to sort for a given attribute, that attribute has to be relational. And here you also have the ability to tie in link repositories. So here we are tying in the available link group to the SKU repository. So you have that option here. So I'm going to close this, and as you see, I already have a item content team view here available, and I have my attributes that I mapped in. But let's say I have another view, and this view is more specific to a marketing user. So I'm going to navigate and switch. And for this particular view, I'm using the car view. So as a marketing user, I may only care about seeing images that relates to a SKU, maybe a few attributes like country of origin, the SKU number, and color. But as you can see, I've restricted the attributes that are associated with this particular view. The user also has the ability to on an ad hoc basis, switch the views by clicking on these options here, which is the gallery view. So this basically just shows me the attribute, the image URL, and the SKU number. And then if I want to see a grid view, I can click this icon, and that shows me a grid view of the attributes that are configured for the marketing preference view. So that's how to configure and use the preference view and the